Yo, 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 yo. Post running nut butter here with another podcast. And you know what? I was thinking of how would I start this one this time? You know, like I always try to do, not always, but like, you know, I think of something new, something fun to say. And I was like, you know what? I said nut butter once. Someone brought it up in one of my videos. And actually, they left a comment. And they're like, my boy here really said nut butter. And I was like, yes, I did. So, you know, bringing it back. But anyways, yeah, post running nut butter definitely sounds like the ultimate supplement for runners. Like, you know, after you get done with the run, just slurp down some nut butter. You're good to go. Replaces, I don't know, proteins, carbs, all sorts of good stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. But yeah. I'm going to trademark that, copyright that. That's my idea. I'm going to start a running supplement, post running supplement called nut butter, and it's going to be great. I want to make running exciting again because people will be like, man, I can't wait to get this nut butter down my throat. It'll be easy to swallow. It'll be sweet. It'll just be a good time. This is already derailed into debauchery. So how are we all feeling today? I hope you're all doing well and healthy. Hope you're all staying healthy, or at least trying to in these times. I mean, shit. It's really hard trying to think of, like, you know, topics to talk about in this podcast with, like, everything going on. Either everything's getting canceled or postponed or pushed off or whatever. It's just, like, it's hard to find, I don't know, I would say hard to find joy, but there's obviously good things happening in the world and all this and that. But, there's a lot of fucking darkness here, just a lot of dark shit, and it's hard weeding through it all sometimes. It's like, when's it going to get better? Because I certainly don't know. I want it to get better. I keep finding little things in my own personal life that I'm like holding on to that could keep me from going off the deep end. Because, like, fuck, man, you just look on the news every fucking day and it gets for a while there before the corona hit and everything blew up, I was like, man, things aren't so great. But then once the corona hit, I was like, man, things were not that bad back then. God damn. And March is finally ending. Holy shit. And it's only April. So only 4 months into 2020 here. And this is like 4 months, 5 months? No, 4 months into 2020 here. Got a lot more to go. a lot more to go. And this doesn't seem to, it doesn't seem to be like a good end in sight here. Looking at all like these models and shit, a lot of people are going to be affected by this, and it's definitely not going to be easy. Like it's weird because I could talk about like I am going to somehow get out under this unscathed, but I don't even know at this point. Like it's a good possibility I won't. I mean, I would hope I'd get through this. If I even do get the corona, I would hope I'd get through it. But, you know, looking at it affect people at all different ages is like, holy fuck. It's just winning the lottery at this point. If you win, you get to live. If you don't, well, you know what happens. So anyways, starting off pretty dark here. Let's get out of this before we go down a rabbit hole of depression. Doom, new game I got. Super fucking fun, super hard. Don't know what else. I mean, damn, this game is off the fucking hook. The soundtrack alone is fantastic. That's obvious. That's a given. I mean, I didn't play the first one, which was not the very first one. I didn't play that one, but I'm talking about like the 2016 or 17 version, something like that, where. Yeah, it was a remake, obviously, or a remake, or redo, or reboot, or whatever the fuck they want to classify it as. And I didn't play that one. I didn't play Doom 3 because my mom didn't let me. I was very young, and I guess it was so scary. Speaking of that, oh my god, I used to have a family, well, not used to have, still do have a family friend. He was super into computers, got me really into computers and computer games and everything. He got my dad into computers. He was great. He was awesome. And I was like, he is the type of person who would back me up on getting Doom 3. And my mom asked him one day, he's like, oh, so is this game? Because she was worried. Like, she's seen the, you know, posters and the, album art, game cover art and all this and that. She's seen the trailers. She knew what it was about. She knew it was going to be scary. And then she asked him, she's like, so is this game appropriate for, you know, a wee little lad like myself? and he straight up said no. And I was like, this some bitch betrayed me. Although, to be fair, it was probably the right call, because I tried playing it later on, and I was like, holy fuck, this game is pretty intense. I didn't like it, really. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of horror games, and Doom 3 was definitely, it was definitely the exact opposite of what Doom Eternal is. Well, at least in the little time I played it, it is the exact opposite in the sense of it. Like Doom 3 just seemed to be dark throughout the whole game. It's like not in like a tone, but more in like the color palette. Like you had to use a flashlight. It was dark everywhere you went, and it wasn't as fast paced. At least for the few, I think I played like an hour of Doom 3 or something. So limited time I did play Doom 3. It didn't seem like fast paced and as action packed as Doom Eternal is. Now that's obviously, there's no winner here. There's no like, oh, well, they should have went with Doom 3 and whatever. There's nothing like that here, because there's a time and place. Like Doom 3 worked for from what I played of it, it worked really well for it was going for, because it wasn't trying to be this fast paced game like Doom Eternal. It was trying to be more of a horror classic horror type game where you gotta move slowly, and there's jump scares, and then it's like quickly, it's fast paced, and then it slows down real quick, and then you get scared again. But no, that's not what's happening in Doom Eternal here. Doom Eternal, not that scary, first and foremost. It's definitely like, I guess, I don't want to say horrifying images, but it's graphic imagery here, really graphic imagery, but overall not that scary. It's just like a action fantasy type game. It's just fun to play. Like there's no other way to play it. This is a fun game to play. They did a really good job at making it really challenging for once. Like it's very challenging. I made the mistake of doing, I'll be honest, of doing Nightmare. Like my first playthrough, doing Nightmare. Not good. Not good at all, because good fucking golly. I was getting so irritated. And I never played the first one. The 2000, I keep saying the first one. I want to make it very clear right now. From here on out, when I say the first one, I mean the 2016 or 17 version that came out. That's the one I'm talking about. So I never played the first one, so I had no idea what to even expect in this one. And I just went into it like, hey, this is a first person shooter. Should be fun. And that's what I did. And it is kind of like that, but you got to be quick. Like you got to be quick. And it's not, and like at first it seems just like absolute chaos to where you just need to survive, I guess long enough to be able to hold out or something like that. But it's not really like that at all. You have to be quick, and you have to be very strategic. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not. Sorry. Post-run brain. But yeah, you have to be fast and strategic all at the same time. And at least to do Nightmare mode. Because if you make one little mistake, it will cost you your life. There was one part of the game, it was in the very beginning. I think it's in that first, on your way to kill the other priest. I forget what part of the level. Honestly, I do. I think it was before I even got to the rocket guys. I don't really remember. But I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I tried. I may have died 26 times in this span of trying to get past this part. And there was just no way. No, it was when there was rocket guys. At least the rocket people, skeleton dudes with the bat. I don't forget their technical name. But it was just, fuck, man. There is no way. It's insane that, like, after I played it, and I actually turned down the difficulty settings to a bit of violence, or ultra violence, that's what it's called, ultra violence. And then after I got done playing that night and streaming it, I went on Twitch to watch other people who were doing Nightmare mode. And they're like, I was like, holy fuck, I don't know how are they doing this? They're so, like, I thought I was quick enough for it, but I guess I'm slipping my old age. Maybe I'm just not that good at it yet. But damn, it's definitely not unruly. No, it's definitely unforgiving. That's the word. It's unforgiving. You make a mistake, it's not gonna forgive you. You have to land your shots. You have to make sure you time it perfectly at certain points, without a doubt. At least from my experience and watching other people do it. And you might be able to get through it. You might be able to live. I don't know. Like I thought, honestly, I went into it thinking, you know what? I never do hard mode. ever. I never do ultra hard or whatever mode, any type of first person shooter game like Call of Duty and all that shit. I never really played it, but I was like, you know what? After all the years I've played first person shooters and blown through them as quickly as possible, it's like, I think I'm probably good enough for nightmare mode. And I simply was not. I simply was not ready. I don't know, I can't say it's too challenging. I can't say that for sure. I mean, obviously a lot of people were able to do it on Twitch, so it seems like, no, it's not too challenging. It's just really challenging for a basic person like me. And that's, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing all right with the ultra violence. The ultra violence right now is a good medium between areas where I can go through it pretty easily and areas that become really challenging. And I think it's a good balance right there. Because there's nothing, I get really irritated when I lose over and over and over and over. Because it just becomes it's almost like when you hear a sound over and over, just what I just did there, just a lot. It gets really annoying. And the worst part about it is you're in control. You're the one reason that's stopping you from moving on, for progressing forward, because you can't complete the level. You can't complete the part. And it's just holy shit, man, you're fucking it up. You got people watching, you got people getting bored, and here you are, just doing very poorly on this level. It was just not my night for that game. Damn, I'm definitely gonna have to revisit nightmare mode after maybe a couple playthroughs in the ultra violence, because part of it is definitely the fact that I didn't play the first one and didn't have any prior experience to it. I haven't played a game like this in maybe ever. This is just way so much faster paced than any other first person or any other shooter game that I've played before. I guess Borderlands was kind of fast paced, but at the same time, definitely not as unforgiving as Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal, you fuck up, you're dead. I don't even know, I'm pretty sure Borderlands they might have had difficulty levels. I don't really remember. But yeah, that Borderlands could also be unruly and unforgiving at times, but Doom Eternal takes the cake in this, because you gotta be much quicker. But yeah, it's I guess it's a learn and fail type of scenario. And there's people out there already on Twitch who are doing the ultra nightmare mode, and that's just insane. One guy I was watching, and if you don't know, ultra nightmare is pretty much permadeath mode. You go through it, and if you die, you have to start all over. You can't come back and do it again. You gotta start way over. And I think one guy was not really following, but watching, he had a death counter, which I thought would be fun to do with my channel. It's pretty sad because so far he's restarted it. I think last time I saw, he was 29 times. And right now my death counter is at 50 or something like that. So he is top tier compared to me. But to be doing ultra nightmare mode would be the worst thing ever. Just the worst. Because you make all this progress and you die because you made one little mistake and you got to start over. You got to do it all over again, or just give up. One of the two. And he, obviously he's done it. He's died 29 times, so he's had to restart the game 29 times. I like the commitment. I like the, integrity, I guess. I don't know. The persistence to not fail. But what do you, I wonder, I didn't look it up. I should probably look it up. But there's probably is a, reward. Maybe it's an achievement for doing ultra nightmare mode. There should be. There's definitely got to be. But personally for me, it's just no thank you. And believe it or not, a little secret here, boys. When I got it, I was you know what? I can probably do this. This is a pansy game. This is gonna be easy. And I'm glad I didn't. Because I would be in a real state of fucking pain of having to restart it a lot. 50 times, I guess, by now. 50 times. Probably more if I hadn't dropped the difficulty level. Because there's definitely certain parts of this game where it's the ultra violence is almost too much. And I might be playing it wrong in general. I don't know. Because when I watch other people play it, they are moving around a lot more and just going crazy all over the place without it seems like it's all chaotic, but I guarantee, I just have a feeling they have like this crazy ass plan in their head. They know exactly what they're doing all times, and every move is calculative and everything. And it's just like me. I'm just like, it's chaos everywhere. What do I do? I just shoot things and move on. I don't even know. Like, I'm pretty sure some people, I tried doing it. I tried being more strategic with my weapon layout and switching weapons and making sure, like, if I can switch to a certain weapon and be all right. But I don't even know if that's helping, because I was watching people and they would just switch to a weapon, fire, hit a couple guys, and switch to another weapon and fire a couple of guys and switch to the weapon they actually need. And that's what they would use. So I don't know if there's even a real strategic way. Like, sometimes I feel like there is, but another time I'm like, no, this is just chaos and surviving all at the same time. Like, if you can survive the chaos, you'll be all right, but good luck. Good luck. There's these Slayer gates. Yeah, the Slayer gates are like little mini levels within a level, and I think I read that they were, at least in the little game tutorial pop-up that happened right before you go into one, it said it was a harder part of the level, and you don't have to do them. They're completely optional, but I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And I was in the ultraviolence mode, and the first one I had done was, I guess, the introduction one, because it was super easy to find, first and foremost. That and the key. But I did it, and it was like, god damn, this is difficult. I almost lowered the level again. Almost lowered it to whatever the normal difficulty level is called. And I was like, no, don't give up on yourself yet. You can do this. You made pretty good progress without dying, and you can do this without dying at least a couple more times maybe. But eventually I was able to prevail, and I beat this little Slayer Gate thing, and it actually felt really good. Like, it's weird to say that about doing that in a game. Like, it's not like, I don't know, like, it's hard to compare to another game where it's just like, I like in Division 2, like, I haven't really came across a level or I guess strike or however you want to call it that seemed too hard to beat for me. Like, it's definitely been difficult to where it's like, okay, I gotta take my time, but like the enemies are always, I don't know, coming at you from one way. In Doom, they were coming at you from all sorts of ways, so you gotta like turn left and right rapidly, run, jump, dash, and do all sorts of crazy parkour shit just to at least maybe get the upper hand, maybe. And that's definitely not how I'm used to playing. Definitely not. Like, I've been playing Destiny 2 and Division 2 far too long, and it's definitely shown in my gameplay of Doom Eternal. But it's a hell of a good game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though I'm struggling with it, it is so much fun to play. Like, not even that, but it runs unbelievably smooth. Like, unbelievable. I don't know if it's because, like, it looks high end graphic wise and everything. It looks, I don't want to say complicated, but it definitely looks like it should not be running this smoothly. I should not be having this great of experience in the game. Like, I know I have a beastly computer and everything like that, but still, like, I feel like Division 2, I wouldn't say has a hard time, but it's definitely not as smooth of an experience as Doom Eternal. Like, Doom Eternal is fucking butter. It's fucking butter. Like, it's just soft, partially melted butter, and just runs smoothly all the time. Like, I don't have frame hiccups. I got nothing. Even the intense, crazy parts of the game where it's all explosions and enemies are coming from every which way. It's just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It really is. Like, I love it. It's a great time to play. I would recommend this game to anybody, really. Anybody who has a computer, or I guess it's also for consoles. I guess, you know, you're not getting, hopefully you're getting at least 60 frames a second. Jesus fucking Christ. I cannot imagine this game any lower than 60 frames a second. Even now, my spoiled ass with more than 60 frames, I can't handle 60 frames anymore. Like, it's funny. Like, when I went from 30 to 60 frames, I was like, good golly, 9-day difference. Loved it. But now if I go to 60 frames a second or get less or get like an average, I'm like, this is fucking garbage computer now. I need a new one. But no, I haven't gotten to that point yet. I will make sure I always stay above 60 frames a second, because that's the way to play a game nowadays. There's no other reason to play a lower 60 frames a second frame rate. It's not good for me, and that's privilege right there speaking. But yeah, Doom Eternal, it's like like I don't know, like, I have a lot to say about it. At the same time, I don't want to like it all come out as fucking like a dumb chuck of fucking mouth garbage. No one wants that shit. So it's hard to really formulate my thoughts here into, I don't know, coherent sentences. But yeah, it's so much, it's a lot of fun. It's frustrating. But like when you definitely defeat a boss or get through an area, you do have a sense of, I dare I say, pride and accomplishment. It feels good. It feels good to get through certain areas because like your heart does race rapidly. I would love to get a heart monitor. I wish I did have a heart monitor just to see what happened or see what my heart does during this. Because like I know for a fact it quickens, but I don't know how fast or, you know, what beats per minute it actually is. But it definitely picks up. It definitely goes. And it's like, it's part of it is because it's fast paced. Another part is you don't want to die. Because if you die, like sometimes these areas, they take 15, 20 minutes and it feels like 5 minutes. And it's just like once, you know, like it's weird because when you're in it and going at it and everything's crazy, you don't feel like you're playing it for 20 minutes or so. You feel like you're only doing it for 5 minutes, like I said. But once you beat it and or it beats you, you feel that time all of a sudden hits you. It's like, holy shit, that took a while. And you don't realize how long it's taking when you're actually playing. And that's a sign, I guess that's probably a good sign of a good action game. I mean, the last thing you want to do in an action game or in a fast-paced game is realize how long it's actually taking you while you're actually doing it. I don't have a problem with like walking away like, damn, I played that forever. But I don't mind it not seeming like it takes forever, if that makes any sense. Probably not. That's fine. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But it's just, that type of game it's hard to come by these types of games sometimes. Like, I feel like Division 2 sometimes has it, but it's definitely got its lulls in there. Definitely got its lulls, especially going from, if you have to walk to any certain place. It's like, holy fuck, just want to get there as quickly as possible. Why don't these cars work? In Doom Eternal, there's a little bit of walking. There's a little bit of lullness here and there, but it's nothing like I guess, Division 2 or Destiny 2 for that matter. Nothing like that at all. You just keep going. You will walk here and there, and then like the area all of a sudden swarms with enemies. You're like, holy balls. And then it's like crazy. You shoot, you run, you dodge, you throw a grenade. Sometimes you don't even know what you're doing. Sometimes you're just pressing buttons and hoping something works. And sometimes it does work, and and then an awesome wave of relief washes over you when you get through the part. It's something else. It really is. Like, the game is definitely something else. I haven't played a game like this in a very long time. Very, very long time. I think the closest thing might be Call of Duty Zombies. Maybe. Even then, that game in Call of Duty Zombies, it takes a while for things to pick up. And when they do pick up, sometimes if you're alone, you don't get very far. But if you have friends stuff, you know, it obviously works out a lot better. A lot better. Like, I guess that's maybe why I don't like Battle Royale games a whole lot. Because, like, I feel like it takes forever to get to, you know, some type of action. And if you lose, you're kind of out and done with forever. Depending on which game you play. I know I'm pretty sure you can get revived in Fortnite if you're playing on a team or whatever. But still, like, you have that moment where it's like just boring, dullness. You're just collecting weapons and resources in case you do get in a fight. And then all of a sudden the fight happens and bam! And then you're done. It's over. It's game over. Either you win or you lose. And that's why I really like Doom. That's why I really like it. Because it feels like there are certain parts where it's like, holy shit, there's a lot of walking. But once you get into it, it's worth the payoff. You're like, damn, I'm so glad I had that moment to relax a little bit and just walk through the area. Because sometimes you'll be doing that area, depending on the difficulty, you'll be doing that area multiple times. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm glad I got it. I'm definitely glad I got it. I'm having a blast playing it. I'm going to hopefully finish it this week. Hopefully. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I guess it kind of depends on how bad of a player I am or still am. We'll see. But yeah, Thursday and Friday I'm committing to Doom. Saturday, who knows? By Friday of Doom, like last Friday, at the end of it, I was like, okay, I need a break because like it's hard to keep going. Like, I don't know what it is. But like after a couple hours of playing, I was like, man, I need a little break here, because it was weighing on me a little bit. It weighs on you. Getting multiple deaths, dying lots of times, having to not restart the whole game, but just restart the arena, and dying, restarting. It takes a toll on you. Not necessarily like in a mental way at all. It's just more like in a personal way. It's like, why am I so bad at this game? Why am I not a better person? What is wrong with me? Am I actual trash? And, after a certain point, it's like, yes, you are actual trash. Congratulations, buddy. You figured it out yourself. You are a true detective. What is that? Carmen, whatever her name was. Fuck it. I don't know. Sherlock Holmes. Congratulations. I figured that reference out. But yeah, it is, I keep saying it's challenging. Music is really good. The gore is fantastic. I can't believe I haven't talked about the gore yet. I've been dying for a gory-ass game. Dying. I love gore. Gore makes me happy. Seeing the blood, seeing the splatter, seeing the dismemberment makes me happy. I don't know what it is. It definitely roots. I have a feeling it definitely roots to way back in the day. Once again, when I was a wee lad, my father introduced me to a game called Unreal Tournament, which pretty sure by the same people, maybe. I'm not actually sure. Well, no, actually. Unreal Tournament was obviously Unreal. Unreal. And Quake and Doom was ID Software. Pretty sure that is. But they were kind of like the similar type of style. Very gory, very graphic, very, first-person shooter. But yeah, my dad introduced me to Unreal Tournament, and that game was, if you ever played it, like not the original, but not like not Unreal, but Unreal Tournament. That game was gory. You got to shoot people's heads off, and their skulls, their bloody little meatball skulls, would fly back. And it was great. It was fantastic. I loved that game. You can blow people's arms off, blow them up completely, and that was like my first real, I want to say real computer game, because there was also another computer game I played when I was a kid. It was Hot Wheels. You get to, play, obviously. You get to race in a Hot Wheel game, and you're a Hot Wheel. Like, that was the game. It was like Need for Speed, but Hot Wheels, and it was fun. Anyways, but Unreal Tournament was my love. I loved that game as a kid. I used to just, I didn't play it with other people. I never played it with anybody else. It was always me, and I would set up opponents, computer AI, and I would just spend hours shooting and killing these AI bots just because it was fun. It was just fun. You fire a rocket launcher at them, they blow up. It was great. Limbs fly everywhere. And what was that one level? There was one level in Unreal Tournament where like the floor opened up and you'd fall through. It was like an endless loop. It was the trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life. You fall through and you'll land or go through like these electric beams like that would shoot out, and you get splattered. You just get dismembered immediately. You go into little bits and pieces. It was great, but it was weird because like you'd fall through the floor and then you'd come back to the same level. It didn't make any sense. It was an endless loop. It was weird, but yeah, I think that's why I like gory games. I need my gore. I don't know what it is. Like if I shoot someone in the face, I want to see some gunshot wounds to the face. Looking at you, Grand Theft Auto 4 fuckers, you shoot them in the face and their face didn't like disappear or get half blown off or anything. I want to see that. I know it has something to do with like ratings and probably graphic power and all this and that. But damn, give me something, boys. Give me something. The one game mechanic, though, that kind of drives me up a wall is the chainsaw and I guess the finishing move, the glory kill. Those two things drive me up the fucking wall because I get it. I guess whatever, you want to make it challenging, so whatever, it's fine. But it's like, I guess to get ammo in this game, you have to use a chainsaw to kill your enemies to get, ammo, which is fine, I guess. But damn, it fucks me over every time. It fucks me up every time because I guess, and to be fair, I probably use it more as a lifesaver than what I'm supposed to use it for. So, I'm always out of fuel when I desperately need it because I'm always almost always dying or close to dying. So I'm like, chainsaw, save my life. And it does save my life at that time, but then I quickly get close to dying again. So, but yeah, the chainsaw and the glory kill are both kind of like, like I don't like them that much. They make it difficult. That's the only reason why they make it. I don't know if it's more unnecessarily difficult than what they need it to be, but it's definitely more difficult. And I was like, damn, I could totally go for just one or the other. Because like if you want health, you got to do the glory kill. You want ammo, you need to use the chainsaw. Now, to be fair, you do get a little bit of health if you do the chainsaw, but it doesn't seem as much as if you do the glory kill. Glory kill gets you the most health, I believe. Could be wrong on that. I could just be better at getting more health when I do. I don't know. It just seems like when I just use a chainsaw, it just seems like I don't get as much health. I do get a little health, but not as much. And so it's just one of those aspects where you got to be thinking, and like it's the thing is you got to be thinking so fast, and it's so quick and it's so fast paced that sometimes, like I said, I don't really look if I have fuel for my chainsaw. So I'll do a chainsaw or chainsaw one guy to get ammo, and I'll go around, shoot people, get some kills, and all of a sudden I'm running low on ammo, and I go to chainsaw, and guess what? Can't do it. Don't have any fuel for the chainsaw, and it's like, fuck. Now I'm really screwed. And I don't think I've been in one time where I was actually almost completely out of ammo. I had a few shots of like the I guess assault rifle, a sniper rifle one, I forget what they call it in the game, and a rocket launcher, and I died. I died. Now, I definitely went in the wrong order in this arena, because you had to unlock boxes, and then the boxes, enemies came out, and I didn't do the first few boxes that were presented for me. I went to the very back, so when I did it again and went through the boxes in front of me the first time, like it was much weaker enemies, much easier to kill. And in the back of the room, the much stronger enemies lie. And I was like, holy fuck, I messed this up. Need to do it again. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like a kill should just drop ammo and health. And it does admittedly drop health, just random kills. But it's never really enough for me. Like, I want it all. I want the kill and then for to drop health and ammo. I like I said, I do like the gore. I do like, I don't know, whatever happens. Sometimes you smash one of the demon's heads into their actual body. It's fantastic. Other times you gouge out eyes, or, I don't know, stick your, forearm sword into their skull. Sometimes you take out their leg and stab in the eye with their leg. It's fantastic. It's great. But don't like it as an actual game mechanic for getting health. It's quite, I wouldn't say infuriating, because like in order to do it, I completely forgot I left this out. You have to stagger the enemy, and if they're not staggered, you can hit them. And if you have a certain power up, you might be able to wipe them out in one hit. But if you don't have that power up, you're just kind of hitting them and praying to God the staggering comes up soon. Because sometimes like I'll be running low on health and I'll accidentally kill a whole enemy, just obliterate them, when I really need to do is a glory kill, and you just kind of blow them up and get rid of them. And it's like, oh shit, here's a little bit of health, a little bit of a health drip here. Maybe you'll survive enough to get to the other guy that you'll hopefully stagger. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. At least for me personally. But yeah, it's just one of those mechanics where like, at first I liked it because I like the gore. I like seeing my chainsaw go through enemies, and I like seeing, I don't know, the Slayer bash heads and rip off limbs and stab in the head and all sorts of good shit. But as an actual game mechanic, instead of just being like more of a cosmetic, it definitely gets a little infuriating. But then again, like, I am obviously not that great at this game. Not that great. I think I'm okay, maybe average, maybe at best, but definitely not an expert like some of these boys out here. Some of these boys, man, I am so jealous of them. So jealous of them. I wish I was as good as what they could be sometimes. It's like, damn. Man, it really like infuriates me how I'm at like 50 deaths already. I'm pretty sure I'm not even halfway through the game. Like, I definitely not even halfway through the game. So there's definitely be harder memories that lie ahead. It's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough one. But I do like it a lot. Like, I do, no regrets buying it. I did get the season pass, so hopefully DLC be rocking dick as well. I do like all the Easter eggs as well. All the Easter eggs are fantastic. They're hilarious. Like, you go into your little room or study area. There's the original Doom games are in there. There's a computer, which I saw you can play like the original Doom on, which is kind of crazy that you have Doom Eternal, and within Doom Eternal is the regular Doom that you can play. But it also has other Bethesda Easter eggs in it as well. Like, there was a book on how to prepare your bomb shelter or something in reference to Fallout, obviously. There was also games for Quake, which is ID Software, obviously. Didn't get into Quake, actually. I know a lot of people really into Quake, but no, not me. I was, obviously, like I said, I was more into Unreal Tournament, which was fantastic. Missed that game. So many good memories, man. So many good memories. But yeah, so far, really liking Doom Eternal. Definitely the soundtrack, the gore, the sound design, everything about it is just top notch. I just don't like the game mechanic of glory kills and chainsaws. Just not feeling that. But, you know, like, again, admittedly, I probably don't play the game as well as I probably should, and as well as other people can play, because, like, I've seen other people play it, and they get glory kills, and they are not using the chainsaw as much as I use it. Like, I use it as much as I can, because it, like I said, I use it to save my life. So maybe if I was probably a little bit better with aiming and being more careful what I use my chainsaw for, I could probably be top tier here. But I'm working on it. It's just not hitting it quite there yet for me. I definitely feel like I can get there. Hopefully, I plan on it, because yeah, like the way I've seen other people play, like, they just cycle through weapons and they shoot whatever they can with that weapon until they get to the weapon they're actually wanting to use. And me, for some reason, I get my heart set on a weapon. I want to use that weapon, and I don't want to use any other weapons. I feel like it's not going to work, but obviously it's working for other people. So maybe that's one way I can improve my gameplay. Because, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I don't think I'm terrible. I definitely don't think that at all. But I'm definitely, there's definitely room for improvement that is needed. I need to improve because, like, you know, who wants to see some guy struggle so bad in a game? No one wants to see that. But at the same time, I don't want to make it too easy for myself, because who wants to see a guy not struggle? It's that type of thing. So there's a good balance. There's a good balance to find, and I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm working on it. But like I said, hopefully this week, I hope to have it done. Not because I'm tired of playing it, but because I do miss The Division. That game was hitting for me just right. It was just the perfect game for me to be playing at the time. And I can't wait to get back into it. It's Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow. I'll be back into it. Oh, that was gross. I apologize. Who does that in a podcast? Admittedly. Come on now. Raise your hand. Just joking. But yeah, it's just been an interesting week. I, first and foremost, worked at home. And let me tell you, that is a whole other thing right there. Working from home is a whole other thing. I the first day I did it, I was like, you know what? This is kind of nice. The second day, I was like, you know what? Yeah, there are things I like about this. And by the third day, I was like, you know what? I kind of miss my office right now. Because, like, you're home. Like, it's weird. Because, like, for a while there, I was like, you know what? I'd probably like my job more if I worked from home. But then once I started working from home, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Because I feel like my work is now invading my home, and I don't like it. Like, it's weird. Like, it was weird. It was weird. Because there are days when I come home from work, and it's like, finally home. But now it's just like, I'm home all the time. I don't feel like I ever really have that relief feeling, if that makes sense. Like, there's never like, feels so good to be home right now. No, because I have that feeling now when I go to bed. It's weird. Like, and like most of the time, the work I do is just like video work, which is fine, but it's just like I could do, and like sometimes, like today, for example, work from home, but had to go in the office because like they wanted a video work done, obviously on a video, but I didn't have it with me at the time. It was on the server, which I don't have access to because fucking IT is fucking IT. So I had to go in and work on it there because shit, I don't have it with me. I have a 1 terabyte passport, which, yes, it is a terabyte. And for a lot of people, that's a lot of space. That's a lot of space they can use. But for someone like me who shoots video in 4K and in the codec that is like fucking storage hungry, like damn, like I don't know if I told you guys or not, but when I shoot video, like a regular raw interview for an hour, it's about 150 to 200 gigs, about that. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, just all depends on color and lighting and everything, but it's just, it eats data up. It needs space up, so, you know, you can't take home all these videos on a 1 terabyte hard drive. You can't do it. Like, yes, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Just render out proxies. That would work. However, I can't export out a proxy version and then deliver it as a final version. So I can do a proxy version, and then I'd still have to go in and export a full version with the raw video. But, you know, it's just, and then you have to go home and you think you're done. And it happened today. I thought I was done. I thought I was done with the video. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go finish working from home. I have photos to edit. My computer can handle that just fine. And, you know, so I went home and I made my lunch. And then I got a message, like literally 2 minutes after walking in the door. It's like, hey, we need changes to a lot of stuff. And we want some B-roll added that I didn't have access to. So I was like, balls. I guess I'll go in and do these edits and then go back home. It was like, you know, like it's just one of those things where it's like, what's the point of having like this stay at home order when you can't even do it because you can't, like all your footage, all your video files are on a server that you can't take with you and IT won't give you access to at home. Makes it a tough little game here. And I hope, like, I would love to be able to get a giant ass passport or hard drive or something to put like all the video work I'm working on, but it would be too expensive, and like it just wouldn't work probably as well as it needs to be. And then you have like this problem with doing versions, having final versions and then not having them on the server, and it just becomes a nightmare once you get back to work or at your office, I guess. And it's just crazy. It's just sometimes it's a nightmare. Sometimes it's an actual nightmare. But, you know, it's the times we live in now, I guess. And it's probably won't get better at all, at least until maybe August. God, maybe. Like, I don't even know. I really don't. At this point, I really don't. Every day I wake up and it's more, like I said, this is more bad news. More bad news. No model, no projection ever looks comforting. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't even know what else to say about it, really. I told myself not to talk about the corona, but god damn it, it's hard not talking about it because it is topical. As bad as that says, it is everything right now that's consuming my news feed. It is all over the place. It is everything I look at because I don't even know why. I don't know why it's consumed me so much. Like I maybe it's good that it has. Maybe it's good that I am. So I wake up not necessarily sad or afraid, but just like this overwhelming dread. This is dread that it's not going to end. It's not going to get better. And it sucks. Like it weighs on you over and over. And I'm just it's tired of it, man. Like I'm just tired of this thing. I want it to be over with. As bad as it sounds, I wish it would just go away. Like I just wish it would go. Obviously, it's stupid talk. It's not going to go away anytime soon, at least. I do hope there will be some crazy movie moment out there where some guy's like, oh, we just got to do this, and bam, vaccine, baby. But, you know, that's just a movie thing. That's not going to happen. Probably won't. I don't even know. But it just... And though I think the worst part is, and a lot of people probably aren't going to learn a fucking thing from it. Like, this will happen again. God knows when. Hopefully not in my lifetime. But it'll happen again. And it might be worse. It might be way worse. I mean, shit, we had almost an Ebola thing happen. But thankfully, Ebola burns itself out, actually, really quickly. It kills very quickly and burns itself out. So if you have a small epidemic or not necessarily pandemic, but definitely an epidemic in certain areas, it'll burn out that area. As horrible as that sounds, it'll burn out that area A lot of people will die, but they'll die relatively quickly to where it almost contains itself and it becomes safe again. Now, I know that sounds terrible, but this coronavirus is not like that at all. I mean, I guess it takes 2 weeks before you can have it for 2 weeks, and then the symptoms start taking place. So you have 2 weeks to start spreading this thing and not even know you have it. So it definitely, it's not going to burn itself out. It's just not going to happen. People are just walking out here now, 2 weeks, just spreading it freely without even knowing it. It's just, man, it's tiring. It really is. Like and I know I told myself not to talk about the corona because it makes people sad, and I get that, but I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't even know. Like, I definitely envy those people who are able to do content creation. I think I said this last podcast too, and I still think about it. It's like, how do you do it? Like, how do you find the good light? I don't know. I don't like light. What the fuck is that? But find like good things to be happy about, and then hold on to that forever, and then be able to project it. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good things happening in my life, my personal life, that I'm happy about. But there's also, reading a lot of bad things that are happening. It's like that comes crushing down on you. It's like, well, I was feeling pretty good, and now I'm feeling pretty down. And that's the way it is. So that's why, like, I know last time I bitched about running, but running really gets my mind off shit. And like for 30 minutes, 2.5 mile run, I know it's a terrible time, but still 30 minutes, 2.5 mile run, babe, man, I feel pretty good afterwards. Cause like for that 30 minutes, my mind is not on anything bad. It's just clear. It's just like, all right, we got to do this. We got this run done. And that's all it is, man. I guess that's a good thing. I don't even know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know. Like, I hate hearing people say it's crazy times to live in, but yeah, it's definitely not optimal times right now. Not the greatest. I don't even know how to be. Like, I try to come in here entertaining and happy, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, like earlier, I was reading on Reddit this stories about this crazy fucking pastor in his fucking church, mega church, by the way, who refused to stop, who didn't want to stop, and he held a service on Sunday. He got arrested, thank God. But it's just like, when shit like that happens, it's just like, why is it so fucking hard? Why is it so fucking hard to take 2 or 3 weeks and not do anything? Like, you literally, the simplest thing in the world, not do anything. Like, I know for a lot of people, you can't. I know, I get that. But I'm talking about this guy, this mega church pastor. He can afford to not do anything for 3 fucking weeks. And he would help more than, I guess your average person who goes out still. He would, by not having the service. But no, he decided to have the service for whatever fucking reason. And it definitely not going to end well. For a lot of those people who went, it's not going to end well. Again, Florida is obviously Florida, and they finally decided to do something. Maybe, I don't even know. Like, I feel like the beaches are still open probably to spring breakers. Fuck those guys, by the way. I think one of those guys got the corona. I don't want to say good riddance, but shit, man. What did you fucking expect? It's just fucking stupid people who will undoubtedly. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Did this happen in the past pandemics? Like, did this happen during the Spanish flu? Like, did people just be like, nah, that's nothing, I'm gonna go out anyways, boys, and just go out and do what they wanted? Like, I feel like people just will never take it quite as seriously as they need to until someone they know personally is affected by it and something bad happens. It's the only way. It's literally the only way before, and it's got to happen to a lot of people, unfortunately. And that's like the worst part, is like, if it happens to a lot of people and enough people, then people will finally start asking for shit to be done, and it'll be too late. And it's already too late now. I mean, just looking at, just basing off what I've seen on like local news and on Facebook and local news Facebook comments, which is like the cesspool of all comments, but still, it's a good place to see, I guess, what some people are really thinking and feeling. And like, a lot of people want this these restrictions lifted already, because they feel like the economy will bounce back if they go to work. And yeah, that makes sense. Money in, money out, money in, money out. Now no money's going in and a lot of money's being taken out. So, it's not looking too good for the economy. But at the same time, you go back too early, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to get sick, and they're not going to be able to go to work anyways. And instead of being in quarantine at home, now you're in quarantine at a fucking hospital with a $35,000 medical bill because you don't have health insurance, motherfucker. Damn, I'm pissed now. Like, it's so aggravating. It's just like, I don't want to say they're stupid people. I don't. But there are some stupid people out there who just feel like they can beat this thing. For whatever reason, they feel like they can beat it. They feel like they won't get it. And that's just not the way to do this. It's just not. It's just, it's reading the stories of people who got it, like, you just read and figure out, and not really figure out, but read all like the hospital workers and nurses who have died already in America because of this disease. And it's just like, they died for trying to save other people. Because, now, I'm not saying the people that they were trying to save did something stupid, but, like, mistakes were made beforehand. And, like, the worst part is there's going to be a very nice memorial service. They'll be touted as heroes. But at the end of the day, they died because somebody did something stupid. And, it's really tragic. Could have been preventable. Like, and I keep hearing it, I think the president of Brazil even said, everyone dies someday. The fucking asshole. Like, yes, you're absolutely right, everyone. But why today? They could have, like, this is like something that could have been prevented. They didn't have to die today. The nurses and doctors didn't have to die today. They could have lived and have a nice couple more years left, even if that, maybe a couple days. But they didn't have to die by something that could have been prevented way beforehand. And it just fucking weighs on me, man. Just weighs on me. I don't know what to say, really. Like, I wish this would have ended happier, but it doesn't. At least this podcast doesn't. I started off, I was like, I'll say a little joke and maybe I'll get my spirits up into it. But it's just, it wasn't there for me, unfortunately. I'm sorry I brought you guys down if you listened to it all the way to this point. Really am. But like I said, like, this podcast is just where I talk about me, technology that I like, entertainment, obviously Doom. Talked a lot about that tonight. So don't get me wrong, I'm not completely down yet. Not completely down. There are still a lot of things I like. Like, unfortunately, I had a venue tour set up with my fiance on Sunday, and that got canceled because of the lockdown of non-essential businesses, which I guess meant lawn care is essential, because when I was out driving about today, there was like, small business lawn care services out still doing their thing. I didn't know. Caring for your lawn is fucking essential business. But yeah, so that got canceled. But hopefully, maybe if the restrictions lift for next weekend, I'll be able to go and tour a different place, which would be fucking dope. It's like the shining thing at the end of the tunnel I'm focusing on a lot now, and is that my wedding, and or at least marrying my fiance. That's what I was going to say, wedding to fiance. That was not going to be it. But marrying my fiance. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But yeah, thank you again all so much for listening. Sorry the end got super dark and super depressing, but I try to keep it real, whatever the fuck that means, But thank you again for listening, for tuning in, for hearing me out. It's good. Like, it feels good talking about it, because I don't really have anyone else to really talk to about this type of stuff, or at least speak freely about it. There we go. Freely and non-interruptive and whatever. So, like, I know everyone has thoughts about this, so leave them down below in the comments, or come hang out with me in my stream at twitch.tv/deadlynutterbutter. I promise we don't talk too much about the corona. We definitely talk a little bit about it, but, most of the time we're talking about the game I'm playing, or I'll say stupid shit, stupid jokes. It's fantastic. It's a good time. But yeah, it's this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be playing Division 2, and Thursday and Friday, we're playing Doom, and Saturday is up in the air. Like Saturday could be a little bit of both. Could be a little bit of Division, could be a little bit of Doom, could be just straight up Division, could just be straight up Doom, depending how I feel. But yeah, hope to see you all there. And once again, thank you all so much for listening. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the stream. Bye-bye.